Building a competitive Yu-Gi-Oh deck is expensive, but not necessarily difficult. Websites like TCG Player and eBay have given duelists the opportunity to have any card at their fingertips just with a few clicks of a mouse. Now, instead of searching for the newest Starlight, we're ripping through packs to glue together a strategy from scratch.
Oh my god, yes!
And eventually test its mettle at a Yu-Gi-Oh! Championship Series against some of the strongest minds of the game. This is Sealed Only Yu-Gi-Oh! Just like episode 1 of the first season of Sealed Only Yu-Gi-Oh!, we have our starting deck with the 3 structure decks. Now, let's build on top of that. It's probably no surprise to anyone when I say there's a lot of work to do. There's a lot of cards we need to bring this deck up to its full potential. And just like in Sealed Only 1, there are tons of different products to be able to open, tons of different opportunities. Hard to figure out where to start, right? The 2022 Megatins released September 14th, 2022. This set here encapsulates the entire 2022 and a little bit of the 2021 year into one tin, reprinting the very best cards from the last year. Our branded Albaz deck was released, in fact, last year, and a lot of the support cards were in core sets placed throughout that year. Cards like Branded in Red, Branded in Opening, Aluber, and all the Despias, these are all laid into these tins, as well as a couple other reprint sets throughout the year. But of course, there's also a plethora of staples that got their initial reprint in these tins. Cards like Triple Tactics Talent, Lightning Storm, Pot of Prosperity, Forbidden Droplet have all found their way into this product. But this is the absolute best way, I think, to be able to kick off episode 2 of Sealed Only Yu-Gi-Oh! Is to bust open one of the sets that can give us the most opportunities to get everything we need. Last season, one of the defining factors was a $40 budget that I was on every week. Unfortunately, we aren't carrying that over to this season. I do think it was great to show off that you could build on a budget, but it did restrict us from getting some certain products. Booster boxes just don't sell for $40. That's not a realistic price. I'm trying to keep it all under at least one booster box price, so let's say around like $80. A full case of the 2022 Megatins consists of 12 individual tins. So we'll open 6 of them today. With the absolute best of the 2022 year contained in these tins, I have a hard time believing we'll come out with nothing at all this week. Let's see what we can grab to upgrade our strategy and see what we'll be taking to locals tonight. If anybody remembers last season, the old 2020, I think we opened Megatins, used to have promotional cards in them. Cards like Dimensional Shifter, Nibiru, as well as Dark Ruler Namor. Unfortunately, they did away with that. They don't have any promo cards in these 2022 Megatins. But we get 3 mega packs. A little unfortunate because the promos in the old sets were absolute bangers. But hey, I still have full hope we'll get some good cards out of these packs here. 3 packs, 2022 tin of the Pharaoh Gods mega pack. It is a mega pack, bro. It is thick. All right, let's see what good fortune the very first pack brings to us. All right, pack number 1 of the 2022 tins. We have Fabled Marcosia, Guitar Guardians, whatever that is, Doings, Metal Foes Vanisher, Yamimori, Ida the Sun Magician, Flying Red Carp, Archfiend's Staff of Despair is our first rare, followed by Live Twin, Lulatree, not too bad, Ice Jade Tremora, I always thought this card would be better. Our first ultra rare is, hey, speak of the devil, man, Dimensional Shifter. Unfortunately, not really a card that we can take full advantage in our strategy. We definitely want to be able to use the graveyard, so that's kind of a little bit of a counterplay for us, if you will. Branded Bond coming in at a ultra rare. I'm pretty sure this was already printed in our deck as a common. And a secret, a Ready Fusion. Again, a card that I thought would be significantly better throughout the year, but this card has not aged too great. Behind it, we got a Gunkin Ship, Despian Strategy. I'm pretty sure we don't have this yet, so this is a nice little common to pick up, I'm not going to lie. And then a couple other more commons here, some B-Trooper Sting Lancers and Formations, whatever. All right, pack number 2. Ad Libitum of Despia. This is a great common to get, Ultra rare, Baby Mud Dragon, Threshold Borg, and a secret rare Branded Opening! Oh, man, that's huge! Branded Opening is actually incredibly big because what I didn't mention is Branded Opening is one of the few cards that only have 2 printings so far. The 2022 Megatins is one of them, as well as original set, which is Burst of Destiny. Unfortunately, not going to be able to find any Burst of Destiny packs chilling on shelves, so this was our only shot at picking up Branded Opening. And we got one in the very second pack. There's still so many tins to open. That is not too shabby at all. The one other thing I need to walk out with for sure is a Branded in Red. But this is a really good start. Opening is friggin' awesome. Not gonna lie, that's pretty good. I don't know, guys. Tin number 1's looking pretty good. Tin number 1 is well above the curve. All right, last pack of the first tin. Anything big in the close here. Rank Up Magic Zexal Force, Ghost Reaper, and Winter Cherries. Again, one of those many hand traps that have found a reprint in these tin. In fact, all of them have a reprint in this tin. Ash, Ogre, they all have their respective reprints in this tin, even though they weren't released in 2022. As well as Dark Honest. Man, this card sucks, bro. This card's not very good. Incredible Ecclesia, the Virtuous, right in the back there. This girl actually has a little bit of synergy with us. We can tribute her to special summon Fallen of Albaz directly from the deck. If our opponent has like an extra deck monster on the board, can easily just fuse it up. That's not too shabby. It's another way to get to our protagonist here. We might be able to play her. That's not bad at all. In the back, a couple more commons, an Albion there, even though we got it reprinted in the deck here. Branded in High Spirits. I actually think this is one of the cards, another super rare, that did not get a printing in our structure deck. We might be able to make use of this card. Put that to the side too. Wow, that was the very first tin we opened. We have 5 more tins to go. Nice start. I'm going to save us a little bit of time. I'm going to open the rest of the tins and just get all the packs out so we can go through them. All right, last one there. All right, we're already 3 through, but we have 15 more packs of the 2022 Megatins here. If we can grab another branded in opening, I will lose my mind. That will be so good for us. All right, let's slowly make our way through these packs here. All right. Zoroa, the Magistus Conflict. This was a secret rare before. Bummy secret rare to pull. Despian Comedy is another great common card to be able to pull for our strategy. Again, another one that we had another shot later, but it's great to have now. Machina Ruin Force. Threshold Borg again. Oh god, I can't even read that card. Auto Shaman and a Red Eyes Black Dragon. I'm not a fan of this artwork, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Armed Dragon Thunder level 5. Ice Trade Tinola. Okay. Oh my god, bro. What's up with these tongue twisters? An ultra rare Dark Infant at Ignister and the secret rare Forbidden Droplet. Yo, let's go. Another great staple card that we were talking about has found its way into the tin here. This card is going to be incredible throughout the rest of history of Yu-Gi-Oh! I'd like to think. Happy to put it in the collection right next to our branded opening. Not too bad. Great opening so far. Any big comments here? Despian Proskinian's actually not bad at all. I do need one of that fella. White Knight of Dogmatica and a Book of Lunar Eclipse is a super. This might be good against Kashtira. Ooh, Under Goddess of the Closed World. We don't normally do a whole lot of board swarming in our deck, so we might not be able to always use her, but any more extra deck monsters to replace our tons of fusions is good enough for me. She'll find a way into our deck for sure. Any good comments in the back here? Okay. Another Diplomen. We got a Virtual World Zwanswu. Sun Avalon Daphne. Ultra Rare Fluwanderee's Toucan. Mimicking Maneater Bug, and the secret rare behind it is a magnificent map. Unfortunately, we will not be playing Fluwanderees, so nothing to look at there. All right. The True Sun God in the Ultra Rare. The Breaking Ruin God in the Ultra Rare. Okay, funny. And then, oh, a Despian Quartus in the secret rare. Again, another card I didn't think we would have too much trouble finding later on down the line, but I'm always happy to see him nice and early. Not bad for a secret rare. Ultra rare, we have a Heritage of the Light, a Gaia Armored Dragon Shell, and a secret rare Ghost Bell and Haunted Mansion. Another beautiful Ghost Girl hand trap to add to the collection. Not too shabby. I'm pretty sure this got a common reprint recently in the Crystal Beast structure deck. So if we really wanted to dig for them, we could grab them. But hey, that's all right. Great pull from the Megatin. And Prismatic Secret Rare, too, nonetheless. All right. Basil Rose Shoot. I remember this card. You see a lot of play with the base decks. Lilla Tree again. Dan Mari at Ignister. Scrap Raptor. Sprite's Blessing. Oh, another branded opening! Oh, I did not expect to get this lucky. I thought for sure I'd maybe get like 1 out of the entire case, but 2 in the initial opening? That's as big as it gets. Goodness gracious, bro. I don't even care about the commons back there. Give me the branded opening. I think the last thing I really need is a branded in red, because there's actually no great reprint of branded in red. But it's only a rare, and you only get 1 rare per pack, so it's a little bit more difficult to pull. Let's see if we can get a little bit lucky here. Acti, Black Guys, Uni, okay. Medors are rare. Another Book of Lunar Eclipse is not too bad to see. Ultra, Gaia Armor, and a reinforcement of the Army's troops, and a secret rare, Link into the Rings. All right, rare could be big. It is not. It is fine. Screams of the Branded is our super rare, as well as a Masquerade, the Blazing Dragon. Really needed one of these. Bam, bam, big pickup, bro. I just need Aluber now. Rebuilder, Contract with the Abyss. Oh, and another Despia card too, Dramaturge of the Despia. Aluber's the star of the show. We'd like to get him, but he's also the one that's gotten, I think, the most reprints. But a Dramaturge is also lovely. Again, in that Prismatic Secret Rare, I'll take any card too. With the Masquerade and the Screams to side too, just in case, you know, maybe we lose them. Coming up on the last Mega Tin that we have 3 more packs left. It's been outstanding so far. I really, really want a rare Branded in red though. If I don't get one of those, I'm gonna be a little bent out of shape, I'm not gonna lie. Next to last pack, more Gunkin 2 ships. Flip Frozen, B Trooper Scout Buggy is the rare. Ooh, we gotta go last pack magic for this Branded in red. All right, last pack of the 2022 Tin of the Pharaoh's Gods. I can't complain, bro. This opening has been outstanding. The only thing that would make it way better is if we got a rare Branded in red or a third Branded in opening if we're extra lucky. But this has been outstanding so far for the second opening of Sealed Only. All right, big reveal. I think it's right behind this one is the rare here. What color? It's not Branded in red. It is a Riliona. All right. Super rares. Mourner and Moonlit Chill is a solid hand trap for sure. Slower Swallow. A Toucan. I got a playset of Toucan in the tins though. All right, whatever. I got a playset of Dark Honest in the tins. All right, whatever. Oh, and Albion. It's already printed. I don't need it. I really don't need the secret rare version of it. Lame, bro. Lame. That's all right. It's all right. Wow, we came up pretty good though, man. I'm not gonna lie. A couple hand traps to put into our deck, as well as the Branded openings. Forbidden Droplet. Pretty good. All right, so the 2022 Megatins gave us a super nice package to start. Here's some of the cards that we ended up pulling. We pulled double Branded opening, which is obviously the star of the show. Unfortunately, all these Branded cards are tied into the Despia monsters, and there's one Despia monster that stands out from the rest, and that is Aluber. So if we special summon Aluber, we are able to pick up our Branded fusion from our deck. That is supposed to be the pair with the card here, bring out Aluber. Unfortunately, we didn't pull any Aluber, which was a secret rare in this tin. We got another copy of Albion, which doesn't matter because it's in common, and we have 3 of it. And then we got a Despian Quertus, which is also, again, very good once we get a whole bunch of Despia cards that actually do something. Speaking of more Despia cards that do something, Dramaturge of Despia is equally as good in that scenario. And then Incredible Ecclesia the Virtuous is actually a little bit generically good because we can pull out Fallen Albaz from the deck. Speaking of generic, Ghost Bell and Haunted Mansion's a great hand trap pickup. Might just throw it in there to be able to have a little bit more defense against some of the meta played today. And then Underworld Goddess of the Closed World is also pretty good generically. And who could forget the best pull generically? Forbidden Droplet. I think one of the most timeless cards in Yu-Gi-Oh! Wouldn't be surprised if this found a way into our deck. 2 super rares really stood out. That is Ghost Mourner as well as the Masquerade Dragon. Not too shabby. We'll be able to find those in the deck as well. And we got a little handful of commons that might be able to come in handy too. Comedy is really good. Ad libitum is exceptional, as well as Tragedy as well. Again, unfortunately, all these cards, as far as Despias go, they're not as good as Aluber. It's just like Tragedy pairs so well by being able to banish it with like Gold Sark and then pull Aluber from the deck. But again, I really just don't have Aluber. And then Comedy is like sort of a negation here, as well as you can tribute a fusion monster to special summon it back from the bin, make some plays there. All right, I think with what's in front of us, we should be able to make just a couple of small changes to the deck for this week. Let's see what we can do. All right, I think we've come out with some of the changes that we'll be making to our deck list today to be able to give us a little bit of a better chance at locals tonight. I think a lot of the cards that we ended up pulling from the Megatins today is going to help us later on down the line, especially when we open maybe 1 or 2 products and start to really get the Despia engine kind of fleshed out. But we are going to try to play with what we have because, you know, why not? Aluber really will make this whole deck kind of flow around a little bit better, but it wouldn't be right to not try out these 2 new Branded openings with our little package of Despia monsters that we have today. Can't believe we only got 1 common Tragedy out of the whole bunch there too. Kind of wild. But these 9 cards will be able to find their way into the main deck, and we'll be able to cut 9 additional cards that I picked out here. All right, I'm going to unsleeve these. We're going to put the better cards in. We'll get the locals tonight.
Kind of
it going?
You want to call it about recording?
I am. What's your name?
Tyler.
Gage. Nice to meet you.
Gage.
What's your name?
Oh, I'm Zell. Nice to meet you.
Gage. Nice to meet you. Yeah.
Here. And then do you have a co-CID on you?
Ooh, I don't, but I know the number.
Here are those for you.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Thank you guys. Appreciate it. I am a big advocate of stepping outside of your comfort zone. It's been a while since I've been somewhere new. Local Legend was about 2 years ago, and my goal for that one was to try to take a trip to all locals in my area, but I ended up missing one of them. Ends up just being outside state lines. We are here at Galaxy Games out in Steubenville, Ohio. It's a place I haven't found myself before, but I gotta say, I'm impressed, bro. Quite a few people here, nice little homely store. I like the look of it. Also a big fan of their entry too. $10, just like Top Deck gets us 2 OTS prizing. Most shops don't really do that. But for our case, this is pretty good too. We have 21, which is the newest OTS pack, as well as a pack of 20. We still have a chance to get the ultimate rare Fallen of Albaz in here. Be a nice little upgrade to our deck. Let's start with the old one here. Let's see what we can get. All right. This is OTS 20. Anything big? Okay. Oh, it's in the front. we didn't get anything. We got a King of the Swamp. But number 20, this is 21. This is my first pack of 21 though. The ultimate rares in this pack are insane. I would be happy with literally anything I get here. Super rare was in the front last time. Let's see if we can get some suspense. Mud Dragon of the Swamp's not too shabby. Oh, there it is. Light of the Branded. I don't think that's anything too special. Why haven't I seen this card before? Oh, not too shabby. I mean, it kind of special summons Fallen, takes one of our opponent's dudes. We might use it. Who knows? It's a rarity upgrade. We like to see it. We like to see it.
Going good. I just training people, getting cards I need.
That's what you gotta do. You gotta hustle. New format. Do you have a new deck in mind, or are you still playing the same thing, just able to fix it up?
Playing the same deck I've always been playing. You'll find out what it is.
Yeah, I'm terrified. All right, man. High roll.
Yes.
Big 5.
Yeah.
Better than 5. All right, you pick.
I'll go first.
All right, good luck, duelist.
2, my friend.
Round 1 is in the books. Important thing to note for today is it is the last weekend of the Old Forbidden and Limited list. That's why we are playing Artifact Scythe still in our deck. It's going to be the last time we can maybe cheese a win or two out with that card, so hey, I want to give it a shot, you know? I normally give spoilers before the match, but let's just talk about what happened, right? Round 1, we actually end up looking at a pretty diverse hand. We've got Fallen of Albaz, Branded Fusion, Effect Veiler, back to the front, as well as a branded sword. The big thing is we have the main playmaker, which is Branded Fusion, but we also have Fallen of Albaz, which, up against the right deck, we can maybe pick apart our opponent's board with it. We're not going first, so we get a little peek at what our opponent's playing, and it looks like it's a glimpse into our future. We're playing the branded mirror match. So right off the gate, I'm already feeling like I'm at a huge disadvantage because my opponent's playing a full power deck with all the bells and whistles. We'll, of course, get there eventually, but right now we're dealing with the bare minimum, I'd like to say. Our opponent ends up going on a full combo here to make Mirror Jade. He ends up getting the Magna Mutt banished to be able to get the follow-up for next turn. A Druid Swarm is already going to ruin my day a lot of the times. But the good thing that we're playing a mirror match is my Fallen of Albaz has never been more live. I can literally soak up any of his guys and put him in a weird space. It actually ends up being the very first thing I do. I draw into Branded Opening, but I'm already realizing it's not the card that's really going to get me any value. Again, without Aluber, the Branded Opening really doesn't pull much from the deck besides, like, tragedy. So we open the turn with Fallen, pitching a card, and, you know, forcing out his Mirror Jade. He has to pretty much banish my Fallen from the board to make sure I don't get my own fusion. Mirror Jade out of the way, I'm able to activate my own Branded Fusion and make some plays from there. I go into Lubellion and then my own Mirror Jade. Mirror Jade's effect, I decide to banish his Aluber, because banishing his Mirror Jade will blow up my own Mirror Jade and then I lose the game. And for like 500 damage and we pass it back to him, but I can already tell stuff's not going to go too well when I pass it back to him because I'm passing back to him with another Magna Mutt trigger. He starts off his next turn by clearing my Mirror Jade the same way I was going to clear his. He summons his own Fallen of Albaz, soaks it up. I have no response because I already had to use the Mirror Jade to get rid of Aluber to get any value out of it at all. He activates his Druid Swarm to banish the Albion from my graveyard that I was going to trigger during the end phase. It's fine, we have to let it slide. And then he activates the Magna Mutt from hand, targeting the Mirror Jade. I use my back to front here. He doesn't see it coming because who would play back to the front, right? So we can summon back the Mirror Jade and hopefully try to protect for enough battle, right? It's for sure not enough. My opponent still ends up attacking over the Mirror Jade, and I get to trigger it a second time, so I get to blow up his board twice, right? We don't make it that long. He ends up having enough damage on board, plus a trap card to quick fuse during his turn to wipe me off the face of the earth game 1. Game 2 is really the first time that I felt like I played my cards just genuinely incorrectly. I looked down at a hand with all the bells and whistles. We got Artifact Scythe in the hand, Branded Lost, Branded Opening, as well as Keeper and Spriggans. So we got access to Fusion, a way to make sure it resolves without being negated. Plus we have Scythe. but I don't know if there's a way I can utilize Scythe this time around. I remember playing against the mirror match, and he has literally all of the bestial monsters, so having this Scythe resolve is literally just wishful thinking. I start my turn by activating Lost, and then I follow it by actually activating the branded opening. I'm like, if I'm gonna get any chance to activate this card, this is probably it, right? It resolves, and my opponent's stunned when I summon Tragedy from the deck. It's not a potent play. It doesn't feel good. It just puts me down a card real quick, and I still have to summon Keeper and pitch the other card in my hand to get the fusion. That's a lot of cards that if I just played Aluber, I could have gotten the fusion for free. I ended up having to pitch the very last card in my hand, so when I went to fuse with the branded fusion, I couldn't make Lubellion to get into Mirror Jade because I don't have the cards for it. So I have to make Masquerade, and I'm ending on Masquerade with Keeper on the field. Pass. It doesn't feel good. It doesn't look good. For his turn, he's able to go into Mirror Jade, set 3, pass. Doesn't kill us outright, so that's pretty good, I guess. And it feels a little better when we have Pot of Extravagance to be able to dig a little bit deeper into our deck, too. I activate Pot of Extrav off the top, see if I can get 2 more cards to be able to maybe dismantle this board, and it's quickly met with Ash Blossom and Joy Spring. I end up forgetting that I have Tragedy in the graveyard to be able to set a fusion and keep going. I just assumed that I lost the game there. I'm still learning my way around these cards. I ended up just scooping up to my opponent, but he was very nice, and he was able to point out some things that I could have did a little bit differently. I think in the future, I'll start to warm up to the deck, learn the plays, but this time I just felt severely outclassed. I'm realizing that just because I pulled the branded openings, I probably shouldn't have been playing them today. Maybe when we get Alubers next time, it might be a little bit better, but at the moment, it's not working out. We'll see if we have better luck in the second match, though. Still more Yu-Gi-Oh! To play. Let's hope for better results. After kicking my ass, this guy wants me to sign his cards, too, bro. Some people would say that's embarrassing, but we're okay with it. And then the branded fusion as well.
If you had it full power, you'd probably kick my butt.
Maybe. We'll get there in 20 episodes. We'll see. Alright, my man, here you go. High roll.
High roll is good.
I ate half of my slice of pizza.
That's not too bad, not too bad. That's a 5. That is a 5.
Oh, 5, sorry. I thought that was...
I'll start, okay? Let me cut your neck, actually. You see, guys, I really want to be disappointed, but I'm a realist, man. I'm a realist, and I pretty much foresaw how this day was going to go before we even stepped foot in store. This time we lost to a deck that will definitely be changing with the ban list. We lost to Fluanderies. The last time we'll be seeing Wind Barrier statue in this deck, and after I tell you how this match went, man, good riddance, bro. I can't wait for that card to be gone. Our opening hand is actually really not too shabby. We have the Mercurier, Kit, Ad Libitum, branded opening, as well as an Albion. Again, another time where I'm just realizing this Ad Libitum and this opening just literally does nothing for my strategy without Aluber. It really doesn't put all the pieces together. But it's a good thing that we can get some plays rolling. I end up summoning the Kit and using the Kit to pick up branded fusion from deck, swap out a card from the hand for it, no problem. We're able to end on like Mirror Jade with Mercurier in hand, as well as Effect Veiler. So that's 2 negations, as well as a disruption where we can banish a monster on our opponent's side of the field. Not too shabby, I'm feeling all right. I am feeling great until the very first card our opponent activates is Pot of Prosperity. No problem, bro. Go ahead, dig 6 deeper. But what he reveals off the top makes me upset. It's the Fluanderies deck. I should be able to beat any just normal summon bird with the Effect Veiler, but paired with the map, I might have to put in a little bit of extra work. He does have the map, so he's able to banish the Eaglin from deck, and then he goes normal summon Rabina, chain link to Eaglin, add it back to hand. I Veiler the Rabina, which is going to force him to normal summon his Eaglin. He ends up having the 1 continuous spell that allows you to tribute monsters from your opponent's side of the board to be able to make your 2 tribute dudes. That's really a problem that he activated that first, because if I just pass priority to him right now, he can tribute my Mirror Jade, I'm left without the Mirror Jade, and he's able to continue with his plays. So I make a play that I don't think is right in retrospect. I activate the Mirror Jade to banish the Rabina. Banishing the Rabina removes it from the board, but it doesn't allow him to immediately just tribute my guy. I think that had to be a hard read that he doesn't have a 2 tribute monster in hand, and I think I got punished for it, because then he just summons the Eaglin, and then goes Eaglin 1, chainlink 2, Rabina, because it's banished now, and I can't Mercurier his dumb Eaglin. But he ends up searching with the Eaglin and then able to tribute over my Mirror Jade anyways. I can trigger the Mirror Jade to wipe his board during the end phase, but he has the rest of the setup. Move on to my turn, I draw, and the very first thing I think about is, okay, I can activate this branded fusion to hopefully get a board established again. That's what I do. I activate branded fusion, and he chains the Dreaming Town to normal summon. I'm thinking, he's gonna normal summon a bird, but at least I can stick my Mirror Jade. Nah, he normal summons the barrier statue. I don't have any wins in my extra deck. What am I doing? I say, well, that was dumb of me, and I instantly concede we gotta go to game 2. We open up another insane grip, Pot of Extrav, double gold Sark to be able to banish Mercurier, get some things rolling there. There's potential. When I Extrav 2, I end up drawing into an Effect Veiler, so again, I have the same type of disruption on his turn. This time, I'm hopefully gonna be able to use it a little more efficiently. We end up making essentially the same board with the Kit, as well as the Mirror Jade up at the top. We pass it back to our opponent with Veiler, as well as a live Mercurier in hand. Again, let's try to use these a little better. He starts with Prosperity first to banish 6, and then he grabs himself something. I think a Burbina or something crazy. And then he activates Duality as well. And off this Duality, I get really sad because he reveals Dimensional Fissure, and that's what he takes. I have to read all my cards, make sure this is how it works. And it's depressing when I realize that all my cards have to send to graveyard for cost, which means I can't use them under Dimensional Fissure. That's Valor, that's Mercurier, that is Mirror Jade. So when he activates Dimensional Fissure, I'm at a point where it's like, Mirror Jade's gonna literally do nothing, or I can just activate its effect now and maybe get Albion during the end phase. I activate the Mirror Jade to banish my own kit, so I can maybe set up the Albion for next turn. Full bird combo is inevitable at this point, and I really don't have a way to stop it. Mirror Jade's already used its effect, couldn't do it under Fissure anyways, and I literally can't use Valor and Mercurier under Dimensional Fissure either. So he lays down the log, goes into M-Pen, beats over the Mirror Jade. Mirror Jade triggers and wipes the board, but what's that do? Up against Dreaming Town in the works, I draw for turn, and I realize I really just can't beat Dimensional Fissure. I still don't have any back row removal. The Megatins didn't help with that, and the structure deck didn't even come with anything. So it's a tough loss to Fluanderies, but still with the barrier statue. Maybe we can blame that a little bit, but I just think it was an unwinnable match anyway. Again, I'd like to be disappointed, but towards the end of a format when decks really get figured out and the full power decks are still there, it's really just expected. And I think when we continue to build up the deck next week, hopefully we can come out with something magnificent. I'll see you guys then.